Hello, welcome to the Marriage Foundation. I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation. All we do is marriages. Been doing it since 2001. I used to be a divorce mediator, so I have seen it all. We save thousands of marriages every year with our books, but mostly with our courses. And that's something that you'll be interested in based on this topic. This topic is how to restore trust fast in your marriage. Define fast. There is no way of convincing another person of your trustworthiness other than by redefining how you behave with them, and there's no way to change your behavior until you do self-work, because outer changes in things that you do and say don't cut it, right? Put yourself in their position. Let's say someone betrayed you, because when we're talking about trust, we're usually talking about a betrayal if you want to restore trust. Doesn't have to be a huge betrayal, doesn't have to be a small betrayal, but because we define ourselves by our behavior, what people look for is consistency, including your spouse, whether it's your husband or wife. They subconsciously are on the lookout for differences that might appear that would defy your intention to behave in a certain way. Pretty succinct and clear, right? So now the question comes up, well, what are you talking about? I hear myself speaking. I know that this is very deep stuff and we're not used to it. So let's give an example of a tiger. And maybe you're too young to remember, there were a couple of guys in Las Vegas who trained tigers, and one day one of them got shredded. Siegfried and Roy, I think, were their names, because they became too comfortable with their tigers and they forgot that the tiger is a wild animal from the inside out. You are who you are from the inside out. Okay, that you understand, right? Good. By the way, subscribe to the channel, like the video, and definitely go to our website and download the 10 top do's and don'ts, because you need as much information from us as you can possibly get, and eventually you're probably going to want to take the course for men or the course for women. So let's go back to this, because most people, when they include fast in their question, it means things are right on the edge. And we can't take your marriage off of the edge, but we can help you stay off of that edge, back away from it, and not push you over the edge, and then you can learn how to back away from the edge more and more. Here is how what I was talking about works. We have a mind, okay? Now follow me, because this is deep stuff and we don't learn it anywhere else, so you've never heard this before. The big thing in Western psychology is mindfulness. That's not even getting close to the door of what I'm talking about. This is deep stuff. It's the future of marriage help. It's the future of understanding marriage. You need to understand yourself. You need to understand the person who you're marrying. We are souls. This is not a religious discussion, just a fact. You're a soul. Some individuals that I worked with over the years didn't like that term because it spoke about God. I love God, and I have no objection with atheists. Why should I? I mean, we are what we are. So I would use the term consciousness for them. You're a consciousness. You say, I think, therefore I am, and that's incorrect. Descartes had it backwards. I am, therefore I can think. And what we use to process thoughts is our mind, right? You can acknowledge it's my mind. Well, who is I? So you're a soul, you have a mind, you also have a body. And because we're not taught, and I never knew this stuff either until I had a couple of clients ask me to save their marriage, and I did a deep dive into what marriage is rather than following Western psychological nonsensical ideas. So, and now we're teaching people how to be TMF marriage counselors, which is a great thing. So here's what it is. You have a mind, you have a body. This is all scientific. It's a possession. It isn't you. You look in the mirror and you see the body. And you may say, oh, I'm looking so good. I'm so good looking. But your body isn't you. Proof of that is if something happens to your body that is, let's call it catastrophic, you're still you. Your body has changed. Now, you also have a mind. It also is a possession. The proof of that is a little more esoteric. If you were a meditator and you took all your love and you put it up into your love for God to where you were shutting off the senses, you would recognize what it says in the Bible, be still and know that I am God, because that's what happens. You're left with, who am I? Who am I? I am the soul. I have a body and I have a mind. The problem is this. Because we were not taught this, we were never taught that we should control our minds. We hear control your thought, control your mouth, but we don't hear control your mind. Control your behavior, but we don't hear control your mind. Well, your behavior comes after your thoughts. So what we need to learn to do, and this is why the course for women and the course for men is so valuable, because this is a real serious problem and it has to be faced. You can't pretend, you can't get around this. So with those tigers, they're going to do what they're going to do because tigers are a collective of their habits and their instincts, and so are we. Until we, the soul, starts taking responsibility for overseeing our thoughts, for overseeing where we put our focus. So in the course, we learn how to do two things. One, recognize and control the mind, which means its emotions, anger, all of that stuff. Tendency for straying, perhaps, for using porn, all the bad habits are only habits of the mind. It's not us. So what we teach is how to change ourselves from the inside out, remove those bad habits, replace them with very positive habits, and we start to become who we actually are. You know, people say, oh no one can change. Nonsense. Thousands of people have using our course. I changed dramatically. I don't even look like what I looked like when I was 16. That's a joke. But I mean it. From the inside, I'm a different person. My reaction to things is very different. And you want to know something interesting? It wasn't until I discovered this so technique as a result of prayer and meditation, I feel like God gave this to me, that I really started making major changes. The so technique, which is a critical part of our course, is it's the tool. You know, I was explaining to my wife the other day, a Phillips screw is easily removed with a Phillips head screwdriver. I had to explain to her the difference between a Phillips head and a flat edge, but still, she got it. Try removing that screw without a Phillips head screwdriver. Once you have that screwdriver, it can be done, and that's what our sew technique is for. So you regain, let's go back to the topic. You regain the relationship of trust, which is respect. Your partner does not have the same respect for you that they had before by becoming not the tiger anymore who's ready to bite, chew, make messes in the living room, but you become the real you, the soul you, that is all about love, compassion, understanding, and a truthful connection with your spouse. Do you see? So even though you want fast, and maybe there's people out there who could promise that, they're full of crap. It can't be done. It has to be done progressively, systematically, and then it will be done thoroughly, and it will work, and you'll have the best marriage you can not even imagine now. Because we don't just deal with that issue, obviously. We deal with a total revamping, rejuvenation of your marriage. I sure hope this has helped you. It is all about us at the Marriage Foundation, all of us are volunteers, wanting you to have an amazing marriage, one that brings with it ever increasing happiness, ever expanding joy, and ever developing harmony. So there's a lot here. I'm Paul Friedman. I founded the Marriage Foundation, and I was making a ton of money as a divorce mediator. This is way better for those to whom we serve, for you. Look at our website, see what we have to offer, download those 10 do's and don'ts for marriage. Get a sense of where we're coming from. You don't have to work on your marriage, you have to work on yourself. And then everything changes. And it will. And the proof, read our reviews. Even the books that I've written, they have great reviews. Go to Amazon and see what we've done. Go to our website and read our reviews. But know that we're here to help you. You could even write in to our marriage counselors, TMF trained, nothing like Western psychological marriage counselors. We're all about moving your marriage forward. That's free, by the way, to write into them. And if you've been watching for a while and you go, wow, I really want to incorporate this into my practice, because we have many people who are therapists, or if you're clergy and you want to help your flock, this is the way to do it. And we're training now. I'm training people how to become TMF marriage counselors. It's exciting. Your marriage is meant to be amazing. Made in heaven, not destroyed on earth, but like a flower opening. I'm so glad you visited. Like the video, please. That'll help us. Leave a comment. That'll help us. And subscribe. That'll help you and us. And God bless you and take care. Thank you.